Oh, hello, my friends. It's me, Kae Pea. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of ArtFoamies. And I'm here for ArtFoamie Fun Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Yeah, can you believe it? I can't believe it. December 13th. Anyway, I hope you've had a great week. Thanks for coming to ArtFoamie Fun. We're going to say hi to everyone. Puffer is here. Welcome. Bernadette, Sharon, Megan, Janice, Sue, Ellen, Krabby Abby, Bernadette, Catherine. Oh, I already said Bernadette, but I'll say hi again. Let's see. Susan, Zandra, Brianna, Ginger, Roberta. Who else? Christina, Linda, Ron, also known as Patty, Mary Lynn. Linda, I think I already said Linda, Renee, Patty. Oh my goodness, what a great group. Maxie Moon is here. Nice to have you. Thanks for coming. Anna Lee, hello, welcome. So we have some retiring images. Okay, Dee Dee, welcome. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to tell you what's going on. We're going to talk about each artist and about the retirement and why we're retiring, all the things. Okay, and I'm also going to show you some of my very favorite stamps from their collections because I want to make sure that you get them before they're gone. We're also offering 25% off on the retirement images. Jack, Dana, and family, welcome. Pamela, thanks for coming. We also have a couple fun little things. The first 6 people to order $35 or more on the website tonight. Okay, so that's the first 6 people to go to the website and order $35 worth of ArtFoamies. We'll get a package of these Faber-Castell gel crayons. I love these things. And I actually I only have the small set, which has all the neons. And I love the neons. So, again, first 6 people to go to artfoamies.com and order $35 or more gets a set of these. And I only have 6. And again, I only have the small set that has the neons. This one actually comes with 12. So you get a silver and a black and some primary colors too. And I'll pull these out and demo them a little bit for you tonight too. All right. So that's something else fun because I got some extra good art supplies. And of course we'll play the numbers game. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Pancake and Lulu, welcome. Thanks for coming. Let me put this camera on my table and we're gonna talk. Oops, and I forgot to turn on this light. Let me turn on this light. Wendy, oh, I've missed you. I was thinking about you today. I hope Poppy's doing okay. Let us know. Amy, welcome. So we have 4 retiring artists, and their images will be retired off of our website at the end of this month. Okay, so it's a lot of images, so make sure that you go through all of them and check them all out. Okay, many of these artists have pretty large collections. Okay, so and some of their stamps are my favorites. Okay, I love many of the designs from these artists. Just to let you know, we are doing some retiring off of our website to not only sort of cull it down a little bit just so we don't have so much to manage. Okay, so Sharon, thank you so much. Dare B, welcome. But I want to say something, okay? We love all of the artists that have contributed to ArtFoamies. We are so appreciative. We have invited each and every artist back to do a pop-up. This is nothing personal. It's business. It's people like fresh, new stuff. And honestly, we just do not want to have a listing of like 30 or more artists on the website at any given time. We really enjoy hosting the pop-ups, and we want to bring more of those to the table. Okay, so a lot of times some of the artists that do design for ArtFoamies, they may design something and then they don't necessarily design or use them or anything. So we want to just keep things flowing and fresh and, just always you know, always just a little bit one step ahead of the game. That's what we love doing around here, right? And you know, one of my favorite things is, you know, designing art foamies. So that is like, you know, part of what I really enjoy doing. So each and every artist that we are retiring, it does not mean that you will not see them again. Okay. And it doesn't mean that, you know, they won't come back as a guest. So that being said, but these images are going to be retired. We're not bringing any of these images back. Okay. So I want to make sure, I want to show you some of my top favorites so that you make sure that you, you know, not that you have to get my favorites, but that you get your favorites and snag them while you still can. And especially at the deal. Okay. Because again, it's 25% off. And once they're gone, they're going to be gone for good. All right. So retiring artists are Ann Butler Designs, Patty Tolley Parrish Designs, Gail Nation, and Lori Siebert. Okay, so they are all under one listing on our website if you go to artfoamies.com. And you should be able to see them all there. And they will be gone after the end of the month. So you'll have all month to get them. But I don't, to be honest, I'm not sure. Maxi Moon, let me know when the sale ends on the retirement, on the retiring images, okay? And I'd love to know if anybody has any thoughts or questions before I get started. Kristen, welcome. Nice to see you. Wendy says she's good, healing quickly, and getting into trouble. Yeah, it is a pain trying to keep those, our fur babies, you know, like relaxed when they're going through that. I remember it just stressed me out so much. All right, so yes, let me just start here at the beginning. Okay, Ann Butler. Many of you know Ann Butler from Bella Craft Designs, and she was one of the original artists with ArtFoamies when I took over. So I really honestly did not know Ann. But sort, you know, she was an artist for ArtFoamies when I bought ArtFoamies, and we recently, she is known for her quilting, and many of you might recall, we really just came out with some of her larger quilt designs, I think earlier this year, and we love them. They're great. They are, and this is one of my favorite projects that I did using Ann's quilting designs. Really super fun project. This, I believe we did part of it on an ArtFoamie Fun Friday, if you recall. Okay, so Maxi Moon says it's through next Friday. So, Puffer, no, we have so many things happening in January too. And it's been up there for over a month already. So grab what you can, and, you know, the rest, and also keep in mind, the artists themselves can still get their hands on their own designs if they ever want to. Now, most of them don't carry them. But anyway, if you love quilting and you love sort of like, you know, stitching patterns and more traditional type of fabric patterns, then these are definitely for you. I had such a good time making all this stuff, and I hope that you remember making it together. Here is, I did make a little pin board. If you can see, this is a little thumbtack, and I made like a little bulletin board using all her designs. And she has quite a few, because again, she had a similar collection in a smaller size, using like the hexagons, and those all fit together so beautifully, and they really all sort of go together. So if you already had started your collection and you want to finish it off, then make sure you grab some of the Ann Butler designs that are on the website, and again, through the end of the month. Now these I really loved. Oh, and you know what? Let me actually pull the stamp. Let me show you this. These were the 4 square quilt blocks that, you know, created all these all these designs. But one thing I really love about it, so you should definitely grab yourself one if you never got one, and that is any of these 4 square blocks, because you can stamp it once, okay, cut it, fold it in half, and get the cutest little enclosure cards, okay? And look how nice. You get the 2 patterns, you know, so definitely at least grab one of these. And her stitching also, her little stitches were just super useful. And again, for especially for anybody who loves, you know, sewing, stitching, and the like. So we hope that Anne will come back at some point, maybe do a pop-up with us. And of course, we are so appreciative of her contributions and everything that she brought to ArtFoamies. So it's not goodbye forever. We thank Anne and hope that we loved working with her and hope that you have loved her imagery as much as we have. And again, remember, if you get your hands on some of these things, we love bringing things back, in meaning not that we're going to bring them back, but being able to show you projects and show makeys using the imagery, and then you'll already have it, you know, which makes it really nice. One of the reasons why sometimes it's sort of hard with pop-ups is that oftentimes when things retire, we don't necessarily like to show it because then you can't get it, you know. So it's sort of a double-edged sword, but you know, we love keeping things fresh and new, and of course, you have to have some of the old classics, right? Yeah, Patty, thank you so much. She says, I have those from Anne. They do make great backgrounds. And again, if you do love, I don't even remember if I actually showed this again, but if you love stamping on fabric, or even like this was done just on a little piece of muslin, or a little piece of, you know, ungessoed canvas. So that's really sort of cool. And also, I don't know if you all remember this, but she made me the cutest pillow using those designs as well. So again, that is from Ann Butler. And next up is Patty Tolley Parrish. And these actually, Patty has sort of a smaller line. And she did a lot with her own ArtFoamies and her own rubber stamps back when she first had come out with them, because she was doing a lot of stuff with like symbols and, you know, a lot of more sort of like Robin sort of inspired, you know, mark making and things like that. So she has some, I think, well, let me pull those up, because of course I can't remember the name. Drawing a blank. My brain is too full. Let me see if I can even open my own website. Oh, I just accidentally opened Rubber Moon. Oh, look at me. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go to, I want to go to category, and you can go to category and you can go down to retiring images, December 2024. Okay, so I'll find Patty here. Patty had a lot of like really cool geometrics too, and the ones that I think she was most known for are her pictographs. That's what they were called, pictographs. And those are super cool, and sort of like a lot of symbols. And again, she developed those for a very specific sort of artwork that she was incorporating into her, you know, her own work. But she also did a lot of graphics that were very useful, such as the mosaic, and then my favorite, which is the maze. And I love this. I'm going to show you 2 ways to use this stamp. So effective and really fun. Okay. And again, that's called mosaic. And then her other one that is a favorite is her poppy, or I think these were called poppies, or some, of course I can't remember again. Yeah, poppies. And I didn't do this, but this is, you can see it stamped out in from somebody used it in one of our postcard swaps here. And I just love it because it is really organic. And you can see it stamped out there. And somebody, I don't know who this is from. It's gorgeous, but somebody really fussy cut this out, and that is a feat, my friends. Okay, beautiful though. And so I will stamp that, but I'm going to stamp this one for you and show you a couple different ways you can use it. That's super fun. First, I am going to put down a little wash of color. And I should have done this previously for you, but I'm just going to put down a little watercolor here. How are you all doing this week? I hope you've had a great week, and I hope you have a good weekend ahead. I know that Christmas is so close, and yet it doesn't, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how everything fell this year, but it really just does not feel like Christmas to me for some reason. And it should, because it's cold. It sure is cold enough. All right, so I'm just putting a little wash of color. I want something kind of light. And then over here, I think I'm going to do some neons. I'm going to pull out those neons that I told you I would demonstrate for you. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm going to show that to you, Amy, in just a moment. But I used our diamond from our, excuse me. It's the diamond from our ArtFoamie Basics collection. Yes, ArtFoamie Basics. If you go under, just under on the website, it's one of the collections is ArtFoamie Basics. Okay, so over here I'm going to use some of these Faber-Castell sticks I was talking about, and I am using some of the neons. And I will tell you, these are kind of fun because they are water soluble, and you can also use them on, they're not very like I mean, they're bright, but they're not super like deep. I don't know if that makes sense. They don't have a lot of pigment, I guess you could say. So even if you do use them on your ArtFoamies, if you use the neons, it won't grab that well, but the solids do. Okay. Right now I'm just using those neons, and I'm just gonna have a little fun squishing them about. I did not decorate anything because, replying to Stephanie, I haven't decorated because my cats, I know my cats will just make me stress out, you know, and they'll climb my tree. So I'm just not doing it. We aren't really having anybody home. You know, we're empty nesters. So we're just going to go hang out at Maxie's house, my oldest daughter's, for a little bit, and, you know, just have a meal together and hopefully enjoy a relaxing day. Nothing really more, you know. It's okay. Purple. I want some purple. I'm just doing all the colors, all right? Yeah, Maxie, I'm glad you have a tree. We can come and enjoy your tree. So this is not very bright. I wish, I am going to say I would like it a little bit brighter. So I might put a couple of these darker colors in now. And I thought I only had the 6-pack, but I guess I do have some of these dark colors, which I didn't realize. All right, so there we have, let's see, do I have any, squish a little bit of darker blue in here too. Anyway, all right, that's good enough. I'm going to squish it together using a little bit of water. Not much, just a little, okay? And just to sort of make it not quite so, you know, what am I trying to say again? Trying to pull back some of these darker hues a little bit, just so it doesn't have those big dark blotches, okay? So they are water soluble, although I will say they are still a little bit waxy. And I did get a little mud. That's okay. I'm going to just blot that off, okay? I'm not getting as bright of color as I want, and I am also getting a little bit of mud, so I'll just put that away a little bit. Again, they are kind of like a crayon. And that's okay. That looks kind of cool. All right, so here, I really just want to show you this stamp twice. First, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put another color on top, similar. I think I'll use my Derwent stick and maybe a nice tealy color. I don't want anything too dark. What I'm trying to get at really is like a tone on tone. Maybe I'll just, you know what, I think I'm just going to use my ink Foamie here. And I'm going to mix up a little color right on my ink Foamie instead. Watercolor would be nice, but I really just want sort of a pale blue. You know what else I could have used? I could have used my Radiant Watercolor Concentrate. That's okay. I'm just going to mix up a little color right here on my ink Foamie. Little blue and white. Little scrap buddy here and mush it about. So I do love tone on tone. That's what I'm doing. I'm just taking whatever color. When I say that, I just mean whatever color I had. So if I have a dark, you know, a blue, I'm going to use another shade of blue. If I have a green, I want to use another shade of green. And right over the top. Patty, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Jenny Maroney, welcome. I hope I got it loaded up enough. Yes, I love it. So look at that. Just a tone on tone. All right. So you could do it reverse too. You could do it with the dark blue and then do it like a white over the top. And it's just such a cool, I love this stamp. I also, this is great too. If you have, for example, and you know what, I had this out here to show you. And now, of course, I don't know what I did with it. Of course, hold on one sec. I had a little vase that I already had stamped out. Where did it go? Here it is. So this is one of our solid vases, okay? So if you have that, it's really cool because you can kind of do the same thing. All right, let's just, I'm just going to take and I'm going to spritz it a little bit and use my Derwent stick over the top just to load it back up real fast. And then I have, this is a solid vase stamp that we have. Just stamp that baby right over the top. All right, and then you still have your under stamp, right? You're just going to, you have to make sure that you can see the outline. But you're just going to cut it out. And you have the cutest vase, right? Ah, so cute. And then you can mount it right on there with your flowers. Anyway, but that's, you know, a great way to use such a fun background stamp like that. And then I'm going to take this side, okay, and with all of my bright colors smushed about, I have this. It's still dirty. I'm not going to bother cleaning that off right now. I'm going to take a little bit of black gesso, and I am going to use my scrap buddy here. I'll just use the same one. And the reason I'm using black gesso, a couple reasons, is that it's really dark, it's really opaque, it dries to a matte, you know, and it gives really good coverage. Of course, you do not have to use black gesso. You could use acrylic paint. You could use well, any really dark color that you want, you know, and it doesn't have to be gesso, but again, when I use my scrap buddy, I just want to sort of tap and pat and even rub a little bit, okay? I'm really not trying to smash down very hard into those crevices because I really don't want to load up a lot of paint onto my flat, you know, the recessed areas, okay? But anyway, this is just really nice, again, because you're going to get a nice dark opaque coverage, and it really obliterates, you know, pushes everything back. Ooh, so cute, right? Look at, and then it's just, it could have got a little bit darker, but you get the idea. And I love that really kind of, I don't know, it's just a fun sort of psychedelic pattern. Makes a great background, but also, as you can see, just a great sort of covering pattern. So definitely a favorite. If you don't have it, highly recommend this, and poppies are my two favorite from Patty's collection. All right, and hopefully Patty will come back at some point and do a pop-up. I have sent her a request, but I think she's still thinking about it. Anyway, thank you. I want to thank Patty. Patty Parrish, if you all know, did rubber moon stamps with me for years too. So as always, I've appreciated Patty's friendship, support, and artistry. Not only, of course, with ArtFoamies, but with Rubber Moon as well. So super fun. And I hope that you make sure to give Patty Parrish some ArtFoamie kudos if you, I'm sure you most of you follow her. She is hilarious and has a really funny YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you go over when you see her, tell her ArtFoamies loves her and thanks her so much for all of her contributions. All right. Okay, so that was Patty Tully Parrish. The next one is Gail Nation. And Gail, oh my gosh, I don't know how many of you follow Gail, but she is a great, she's a great decorator, designer. She is fantastic at hand lettering. Just, you know, such a good aesthetic. Oh my gosh, if you follow her, her house is so lovely, and she's always posting, you know, like her different vignettes in her house. So, and I met Gail at Happy Birds Retreat back in 2019. It was kind of like a dream come true, and we hit it off right away. And she started designing ArtFoamies for me early in 2021. And love, love, love. So many of hers are so, so cute. And this is one of my all-time favorites. She did 3 that are must-haves in my opinion. And I actually have one just sort of stamped out here. It's the hanging plants. I was going to go ahead and do these for you as well. And here you have a shelf of plants. I'm spraying it with a little water. And I'm taking my Derwent sticks and coloring in the greenery. Okay, I'm going to take another shade of green and just sort of do a little extra shading, if you will. Let's see, we'll do the little shelf here at the bottom. Oh, we'll just do this red color. I want you to be able to see it. And then, some other little touches, you know, put some, and coloring the blue. do this. Maybe some yellow. That's one fun thing about using your sticks and your water-soluble crayons on your ArtFoamies. You can really color in each little line. I'm going to give it a little spritz again. Let's get that one here. Yeah, Puffer, you have to go on the Moon and the Maker. Thank you for mentioning that too. If you go to the moonandthemaker.com, we are doing a closeout on all of our inks, okay? Because we are getting in all new inks, and I'm very excited to say, look how cute that is. And wait till you see me paint these real fast. These are so... I mean, I'm just going to tell you, if you do not have these three, run to the website and get them while they're on such a good deal. Okay, these are so useful, especially if you love fodder school. You're going to want these for your foddery little doodads. These make great little extras, even with mine and Megan's calendar girls. Oh my gosh, so cute. I will say some of these images, I will really miss them, you know. Well, I mean, I won't miss them because I have them, but I mean, I'll miss, you know, having them on our website. But that is just the way it goes sometimes. You know, you have to change with the times and you have to keep things moving and fresh. And we are trying to come up with different ways to streamline things and make it just a little bit easier on ourselves too. So maybe holding all those images on our website is not always the best, you know, and the pop-ups really make things flow and move so much better. Oh, so cute. So Puffer, the new bottles are 2 ounces. They're going to be like this, okay? The old bottles are 1 ounce like this of the Moonlight Duo ink, and actually the Moon Glow dye reinkers, okay, so like the neon colors were only 1 ounce. Now all of our inks are going to be in the 2 ounce, all of them, okay, the black, the white, all of the neons, and we have new colors of neon or fluorescence, which I'm super excited about. So be watching for those soon. And along with our ink foamies are still on pre-order, okay? But soon, the beginning of January, they will be up for, you know, they'll be on the website with all of the inks. Super excited to be sharing those with you soon. But right now, we're just going to focus on our retiring images. So if you do not have these by Gail, go and grab them. This is a little bit enlarged, I will tell you. I wanted to also mention, if you go on our Instagram, which I hope that you're following and that you are on our Instagram, on ArtFoamie's Instagram, you can go back to, I believe, oh, I even had it written down. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, goodness. I wrote down the date that it was, and now, of course, I can't remember, but I think it was like August of 2021. I have a bunch of art from Lori Siebert, and also right around the same time, these where I did the cutest little journal cover. And I was going through my Instagram earlier to be able to pull those dates up for you. And of course now, I don't know, now they're not there. Or now I don't know. But hold on, I'm still trying to find it. Just to show you this. Well, of course, it's not scrolling fast, but I hope that you follow us on Instagram. It's kind of blows my mind when I start going on there and I start scrolling back and I just see all the work. Oh, here it is. So this is great. Here's a piece. Again, this is it. This is blown up just a little bit using a piece of canvas, a couple pieces of canvas actually, and then these stamps right here. So I'm going to recreate that card for you. Let me actually grab a greeting card. You know what? Maybe it'd be actually cute on this that I just did. So let's fold this over. Just going to fold this right over. Actually, I'll cut this out, okay? I'll cut this, and I have this girl right here. Look at her, already cut out on canvas. So cute, right? And then we'll do one of the little plants. I want to show you how cute and easy and fast it is to finish these little babies off. And you can see they're not perfectly stamped, right? Those are just sort of, and it's one thing I do like to share with you. Lots of times I do not get a perfect crisp stamping. I don't necessarily want or even need that. Because I'm just using it as my base layer. I talk about that all the time. So I'm going to pull out a little watercolor here, and I'll just, and I'm going to sort of be quick about it. I'm not going to be too fussy. Just be kind of loose and washy, And let's see, what color should I make the little planter? We'll use like a ochre, sort of a yellow ochre color, maybe like a terracotta, a little orange. How about that? All right, and then I'll let that dry. I'm going to cut it out, but I'm not going to really fussy cut it. Okay, I'm just going to, as you can see, I left a little white around the edge. That's perfectly okay. Again, these are so cute if you just wanted to stamp a whole bunch of them out, right? And sit there, you could stamp them in, different outline colors or whatever, watercolor, use your layer cakes, whatever you want. Cut them out and then, just stamp them all out and then color them and paint them and then sit and cut them all and just keep them as little, you can put them on sticker paper or whatever, and then keep them as fodder for in your little fodder keeper. It's really handy and super nice. I think I got a little squidge, but that's okay. Just cut it out. You know what a squidge is, right? A squidge is kind of like a smudge, but you squished it. Yeah, that's... All right, so there's that. And of course, what I did to make it sort of pop just a little bit more, of course, you'd want it to dry. All right, so let me throw my blow dryer on that real quick. All right, let's take just your little detail pen. So if you have like a microperm or a micron or something like that, you can just use it. And again, that's one thing I love, is being able to use these as your base layer, and just doing that little bit of dark line over the top. Let me zoom in just a bit. Sorry about that. Doing that little bit of dark line over the top just sort of gives it a little more depth, a little more value, and will sort of, make it pop. And you can pretty much, go right over. You're sort of like tracing, I guess, but you don't have to be like, you don't have to very fussily sit there and, go over every line. You can just sort of use it, to inform what you see and just accentuate some of that, And not only, I mean, not only do I think that's kind of what makes it fun, but you know, it gives you a little bit different of a look. You could even doodle something on the pot if you wanted to. You could, you know, whatever you want. And obviously that's the beauty of it. But look at that. Just pop that little baby right on there. I should have put it behind her head, but, and I don't have glue on it, but you get the idea, right? So cute. And again, I have, oops, let me pull that back a little bit. Sorry. There you go. Yeah, so you have, you know, all those different ones. You can use them together. You can use them separately. So again, if I were on that site myself, those are the three that I would definitely buy, if nothing else. All right. Now, if you're a teacher too, like I know a lot of people loved her map set. There's a lot of really cute ones. Her heart, floral heart, super popular. Anyway, so love Gail, and I want to thank her also for all of her contributions and her friendship. She's super fun to talk to on the phone too. And her plate collection is awesome. All right, so that is Gail Nation. Last but definitely not least is Lori Siebert. I absolutely love Lori Siebert. I'm sure most of you know who she is. She is a rock star. Lori is an amazing designer. She has all sorts of licensed work. She's a great teacher. And I adore Lori's images, okay? In fact, I have a painting that hangs in my studio that I did using her stamps. And let me see if I can, it's big. Let me pull this back just a little bit again, see if you can at least see some more of it. So it's about 16 by 20, and this is all of Lori's stamps. She had a couple small sort of sets, and then she had individual botanicals that were 2 pieces that I just was crazy for. And then she had some very large botanicals, which was the first time that we ever did anything so big. Okay. They are really huge. Okay. This is a 9 by 12 journal. And these are journal pages I did using these stamps. Okay. I think these would look amazing on a canvas. I think these would look amazing on a wall. I think they would look amazing on a floor. So I was crazy for these large stamps. Now, of course, they're, oh yes, Dee Dee, the code is BYE24, by 24. Yeah, let me type that in. Oops, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Zandra. Yeah, BYE24. Let's see, did it do it? Yeah, there you go. So anyway, they, again, really large botanicals. We only did a few of them because we really wanted to test it. And I will say that they were not, you know, a huge seller. However, I mean, people did like them. And I myself was crazy for these. I like large stamps because I do love the idea of being able to take up a lot of space in a journal. And also I love the idea of being able to do a full canvas, you know. And look, even though these are so stylized, once you stamp these and start doing mixed media on them, you can really turn them in, like they do not look stampy, you know. So anyway, I would say that these were definitely some of my favorite Lori Siebert stamps. But also, I want to pull these out only because I was super proud of these myself, even though it is not my artwork, obviously. I designed the way they worked, and I was so proud of them because they were it really took some ArtFoamie making skill to be able to do these, and they are holiday-ish. This one's stars, so I thought it was really good just for winter, or also for Hanukkah, or you know, just a star, like it doesn't have to be holiday. This is good for a starry celestial sort of application as well. But it came like this, but then it also comes with an extra pattern star that matches. And so I loved this whole thing. I thought it was so clever, and I was so proud of it. That I felt like it was almost like as much as my baby as Lori's. And then this one is a tree. Again, great for gift wrap. Okay. And also just a fun stamp to play with, to paint. And again, it has the solid tree, and then it had the pattern tree, which does not fit in there, but it fits with it, if that makes sense. So anyway, those are the Lori Siebert stamps. And Lori has already agreed to do a pop-up. And so I'm super excited about that, because if you're not already following Lori Siebert, I hope that you will. Make sure you tell her that ArtFoamies loves her, and, you know, follow her on Instagram so that you can keep up with whatever she's doing and watch for her to be coming back to do a pop-up with ArtFoamies at some point. So exciting. All right. Let me see. I was going to kind of show you this because somebody had asked about that. And I do think actually, you know what? I'll show you this on here too. I think, let's see here. I'm back on my Instagram. Oh, here it is right here. And you can kind of see this. Let's see if I can get it to full screen. Oh. So here, well, I don't know why it's doing that, but here you can see me doing this page actually right here. So yes, I started with the ArtFoamie basic. Let me see if I have any blank pages in here. Oh yeah, we have a blank page here. Let me grab that diamond, or at least a solid. Okay, so of course I cannot find my ArtFoamie basic diamond that's the correct size. Here's our large, okay, and here's the small. I do have a hex, so maybe we'll try that, okay? And let me just make sure I'm not doing anything. Just pull this back out here. Oh, and there's another one. All right, we'll try it with this hex, and trying to think what ink I should use. I'll just use my same ink here, I guess. Well, you know, I'll just do it right on here. This already had, well, I'll do it on the opposite side. This already has a little color on it, so I don't know if it's going to transfer or not, but so any shape really, you know, but I want to choose something that's going to line up pretty easy. Bye, Dee Dee. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I do wish I had something a little bigger. I won't lie. It would be a little faster. Maybe I just should have used the large diamond. I guess I could do that. Might be here a while with this smaller stamp. We'll just get as much off as we can. Meaning I'll just stamp it as many times as I can, you know. Am I lining it up perfectly? No. Is it okay? Yes. And I will say too, that if you're just, doing this for your own journal, or you're in your studio having fun. Oops, I just picked that up off there. Anyway, if you're doing this having fun on your own, don't, feel like you have to use the same color. You can definitely do like gradients. You can mix colors. Just enjoy. You could do the edges a little bit darker. Just have fun with that. Also, if I hate that, I can obviously overstamp it, right? Fix that. You can also go back in and overstamp certain things if you want to darken them a bit. Give it a little spritz and start another line here. So again, these are ArtFoamie basics for those of you who maybe missed them when we came out with them. They come in all sorts of solid shapes, and they are really great for lots of applications. As you can see, of course, backgrounds, but these are great for overstamping, and just making shapes, again, for fodder, of course, whatever. So many different uses. And of course, alternating some different colors would be great too. Just it depends on like no, the retirement ones are not. The retirement ones are not already discounted. All right, so there's my background, okay? And then what I did was I really did just use another dark color. And I think this one is a little crusty. Let's see if I have a clean one. This one feels clean, so I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to use a darker blue. Okay, so I'm going to use, and I think I'll use my ink Foamie, and I'm just going to use some of this darker blue ink. One thing about these ink Foamies, I'm just going to tell you, I know most of you don't have, well, no, you don't have them yet, but when you do, remember that you're not going to load them the same as you do an ink pad, because they are not going to absorb the same, okay? So you don't want to overload it, because it will go, I mean, they do absorb a little bit, but not the same as an ink pad. But the thing I love, again, is the foam to foam, okay? Because it does not go down in those recessed areas. Now, I will tell you, my stamp is a little crusty. I'm not going to get the best stamping. I thought that it was perfectly clean, but it's actually not. It's a little crusty from acrylic, so just keep that in mind. I'm not going to be getting the best stamping from this. So I'm sorry about that, but it'll still work. But it just might not be a perfectly, because some of that ink is sort of not, some of my ink isn't really loading up onto the stamp perfectly, but that's okay. I think it'll be good enough. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little spritz. And they're big, so remember, they're a little tricky. I'm gonna have to stand up. And remember, I usually do around 20 seconds, but for something this large, I might go a little longer. Also, I will tell you that acrylic would be nice too. Acrylic paint on here would be really nice, especially if I was doing a canvas. But pretty good, right? Not bad. I said I wasn't going to get that good of an image, but I was wrong. Wrong. Pretty good. All right. Anyway, so there you have it. And then I literally just had a load of fun using all my mixed media stuff over the top. I took, oh gosh, let's look back at this. I took gesso and some graphite. So I think I did take some, well, I'm going to use a little bit of my Stabilo. Let's use our dark blue Stabilo. All right, and a little white gesso. You could also use a white paint stick. This is kind of fun. This is a solid marker, a Sakura solid marker. And like I said, you know, they don't call it mixed media for nothing. It's kind of pretty opaque and thick and kind of sticky. And, you know, works in sort of like a oil crayon and sort of like gesso, I would say. So something like this is great. Of course, with the gesso, that was fun because I got to get my paintbrush and really paint it up. You can also scrape through stuff like this. Like if you take, I have a little orange wood stick here, but you could use the back of your pencil, and while that's wet, you can still scrape through it. Okay, so you can do stuff like that. And this dries hard. It does, you know, it will dry solid and permanent. But right now it's still kind of fun. But it is not water soluble, so you should know that, all right? But like I said, if you prefer to, you know, use your brush, that's really great too, with some white gesso, but that opacity is nice. Then something like this, you can go in and give yourself some of the darker values, and you can even go into some of those open areas. And of course, you know, this technique, you know, I'm showing you this with this Lori Siebert stamp, but this technique, super fun to do with lots of your stamps, right? Especially if you have solids and things that you can fill in pretty well. Things that are fun to color in, you know. The Stabilos are kind of nice because they do work over the tops of almost anything. So, and then these are water soluble, so they will give a squish when you're done, which is nice. All right, so then I'll take my water and give some of that dark blue Stabilo a little extra movement. And it's nice because the white that I put down will actually resist that, okay? It'll really, it will not move at all, okay? So you can even blot that. And all that's going to do is give you some nice extra dark value. All right. So, and then I would probably even like to, you know, do a little bit of, I could take a little just regular watercolor and do some sort, not like really outlining, but just some little bits of deeper value too. And then I do for sure think that I would like to, let me go back and look at these. Yeah, definitely do some other little colors, you know, or I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Just maybe a little deeper values in certain spots, you know. Anyway, so fun and way cool for journal pages, or again, for larger, if you know, if you love painting on canvas, definitely experiment with this, because it's really worthy. And also, I think that if you went for a couple of the botanicals, you could do like a little set, you know, which is really fun too. So anyway, that, my friends, is some ArtFoamie fun for you. I'd love to know if you have any thoughts or questions. We will play the numbers game now, and I'm super excited because I actually, I just want to take one of these now. I don't know why, but I'm having the urge for a little bit of this to be on here. Anyway, and you know me, I love to follow my heart when it comes to doing whatever I want on my artwork. Anyway, we're going to do the numbers game, and I'm so proud of myself because I took a little time. We're going to have a little bit more special. I was like, you know, I've been writing it on those little scrap papers, and instead we're going to be like, ta-da, numbers game. So it is 5:05 right now. I'm going to give you till 5:07. You're going to guess a number between 1 and 100. The person that comes closest without going over will win a small goodie box. That's our prize for tonight, for Friday, December 13th. So the number's already written in here. Go ahead. Sharon says 48. Susan says 73. Renee says 2. Oh, Renee says 2. Just D says 67. Lydia says 30. Amy says 8. Ron 60. Krabby Abby 14. Ginger 11. Thafmatos 58. Sharon 53. Acme Post 83. Ellen Bush 79. Anna Lee 65. Sue Irvine 69. Dana 42. Patty 32. D Ray 44. Lisa 13. Orange Spiral 22. Kristen 6. Excuse me. Pancake and Lulu 55, Zandra 5, Roberta 29, Jenny Maroney 50, Catherine 14, Gail 16, Layer Cake Arts 47, Nancy's Art 51, Janice Sigmund 26, Marilyn Kelly 5. Last call for numbers. Let me see who won. I can't remember my own number. I really can't. Okay, so I remember now. Let me go back and see if we have a winner. Okay, anybody else? Anybody? Linda Weber says 1. Bernadette says 18. Okay, no more numbers. No more numbers. It's 5:07. No more numbers. We are going over to have an after party. So for those of you who want to come, you should have the Zoom link. All right, no more numbers. We have a winner, and the winner is, let me go back through all the numbers just to make sure. Remember, it's the closest without going over, and the winner is Renee Van Duzen. And look, I even try to do it nice. And you're going to get this with your winnings. Ta-da! Small goodie box. Lucky number 3. And the winner is Renee Van Duzen. So I'm trying to make it a little nicer, like it's official. We're going to do that each week. I'm trying to get better around here. So, Maureen Van Duzen. We must be on the same wavelength. I think you won a couple times. So congratulations, my friend. You get a small goodie box, and I promise I'll make it good. For those of you who've ever had one of my goodie boxes, you can vouch for me, right? All right, let's see here. Oh, thank you, Patty. Thanks for coming. I love you all to the moon and back, and I really appreciate you being here. You know the deal. I love you to the moon and back. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and I will see you next week. Thank you for all your support and love of ArtFoamies, and we'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone.